Good afternoon, students. So, today, once again, welcome to the letter writing course. We have already started this course last week. You remember? So, today, first, we'll give a small repetition for the next like previous class. We'll revise it once again. Then we will go to the new topic. Okay. Okay. Once again, good afternoon, students. Wow. Welcome to the letter writing course. First, we will revise yesterday's topic, last class topic, then we'll go to the new topic. Okay. So, what is letter writing? I do letter writing, you all know letter writing we need for the business purpose, for the education purpose, for the newspaper writing, and so on. So, there are two kinds of letter writing. One is formal and another one is informal. We had specially discussed about formal letter writing, that is business letter writing. So formal letter you need in office, in your job purpose, in business, in school, and so on. So we discussed how to write formal letter. Basically we practiced how to write business letter. Okay, so I'm sharing the slides once again. Okay. I think you have practiced. Just a second. How many types of letters are there? Formal letter, business letter, and informal letter. We already discussed it. So in business letters, there are also letters of appreciation letter and letters to newspaper. Now I told you that business letters should be terse, clear, and to the point. And you cannot write any big stories in the business letter. So before you start to write a business letter, there are a few things you should keep in mind. You have to use simple language. You cannot use jargon that is commonly used in business, and you have to avoid use abbreviations for business letter. So you already discussed that, and this is the format of business letter. First, you have to write the company name, street name, address. Then the subject. I told you you have to add the subject. Then you have to add the salutation, then the body, and then the finishing part. Okay. Now, all these things are already discussed. These things you have to include in your letter. Okay. So this was the salutation thing, to whom it may concern. You have to write when you are not sure whom you are addressing. And you have to use the formal dear Mr., Mrs. and Doctor. You don't know the recipient, and you can use dear only if you have a little bit informal relationship with the recipient. And now coming to the body, there should be single spacing between the body and the subject and the finishing part, everything. And you have to justify your letter. And this is the closing salutation. It should be respectfully yours sincerely, cordial, respectfully, all the best, thank you, regards, all these things. And there should be the signature also. This is the format of business letter. Okay, I showed you this one. Now we discussed that there are different types of business letter. So the first one was cover letter. So when do you need cover letter? Cover letter you need when you are applying for a job. So sometimes employers require a cover letter to get to know about your professional experience, qualification, and interest. So all these things you need to include in cover letters: contact information, salutation, purpose of the letter, a brief overview of your skills and experience, and conclusion. So today we are starting with types of business letters, and then we will discuss cover letter and letter of recommendation. So in a brief, cover letter you have to give to your employer when they need to know about your qualification, experience, and interest. And it includes all these things. Letter of recommendation, you might write a letter of recommendation on behalf of another professional to verify their qualifications and work ethic. A letter of recommendation can strengthen an application for employment, higher education, or another professional opportunity. Some jobs require recommendation letters from 2 or 3 people who can discuss your qualifications for potential roles. Letters of recommendation include relationship of recommendation, evaluation of the candidate's questions, qualifications, examples, and closing statement. So number 2 is letter of recommendation. When you are recommending someone to the employer, that is only letter of recommendation. So you have to write the letter of recommendation on behalf of another professional to verify their qualifications and work ethic. A letter of recommendation can strengthen an application for employment, higher education, or another professional opportunity. Some jobs require these letters from 2 or more people who can recommend you for your qualifications. So this include all these things: relationship of the recommendation, evaluation, candidates' qualifications, examples, and closing statement. So you can note it down. Now number 3 is the interview follow-up letter. So what is interview follow-up letter? Interview follow-up letter is a message you send to the interviewers to thank them for their time. This shows hiring managers you are respectful and grateful for their consideration for a position. Be sure to send this follow-up letter within a day of the interview to express your thanks and to reiterate your interest in the position. Include key details from the interview that show how you were actively listening. Components of an interview follow-up letter include interview overview, expression of thanks, your skills and qualifications. So this is interview follow-up letter when you send to your interviewers to thank them for their time. So this letter includes these things: interview overview, expression of thanks, your skills and qualifications. So what we are discussing? We are discussing types of business letters. Number 1 is cover letter. And coming to the detailing part of cover letter, number 2 is letter of recommendation. Number 3 is interview follow-up letter. Next one is offer letter. Offer letter is a very exciting thing. Maybe some of you have already got offer letter or some of you are waiting to get it. An offer letter is one that employers send to inform a job seeker that they want to hire them. These letters often accompany a verbal offer. Within the letter, you find key details about the position, including salary, start date, benefits, and other employment terms. Candidates respond and choose to accept the offer, negotiate terms, or decline. Parts of an offer letter include job description, job title, projected start date, salary, benefits, requested, accepted, timeline. So you can maybe you are writing an offer letter to someone. Maybe you are working in an office and you have to send that. You have to include job description, job title, projected start date, salary, benefits, and requested acceptance timeline. Okay. So it's very easy. Okay. Okay. Next is sales letter. Number 5. So what is sales letter? The purpose of sales letter is to introduce a service or product to a client or customer. Sales and professionals often use these letters when contacting prospective buyers or strengthening relationships with long-time clients. Sales letters help you personally connect to clients. Components of sales letter include product description, cost, invitation to purchase or try a product. So you can understand from the name, sales letter is totally related to business. So the purpose of sales letter is to introduce a service or product to a client. Sales professionals often use these letters when contacting prospective buyers or strengthening relationships with long-time clients. Sales letters help you personally connect to clients. Components of a sales letter include product description, cost, invitation to purchase or try a product. Number 6, letter of recommendation. So what is letter of recommendation? Employers write letter of recommendation to express pride and gratitude for exceptional performance. These show employee appreciation, and managers might send them out to the entire staff to congratulate an employee for successfully completing a project. This can boost an employee's morale and encourage other employees to excel. The parts of a recommendation letter include purpose of letter, details of success, invitation to congratulate. Letter of resignation. So it's a very bad thing here. What is letter of resignation? Letter of resignation informs your employer of your intent to resign. So when you are working in a company and you want to resign, so you have to inform your company that you don't want to work anymore. So a letter of resignation informs your employer of your intent to resign. While you may verbally notify your co-workers and employer of your plans to leave, many organizations prefer an official letter. Because in office everything you have to do officially, so you have to write an official letter. So employers may request multiple copies of this letter to file with managers and human resources. Components of a resignation letter include declaration of resignation, reasoning for reason for resigning, last date, and thank you note. So all these things should be there. Now a thank you letter. What is a thank you letter? A professional thank you letter is an important way to let colleagues, employers, vendors, or other business contacts know you value their time or efforts. Sending a professional thank you letter can build rapport with the recipient and communicate your intentions for the future. So it might be appropriate to send one after someone helps you with a job search, when a customer makes a purchase, or if a business awards you a contract. You can also send a formal version later to express your general appreciation for someone. So it includes greeting, reason for writing, details of the interaction, and closing. Okay. So we have finished discussing the types of business letters. So basically now we write emails. So you are learning this types of letters because you need to write emails when you are working in an office. So that time you need this, you can find it very helpful. Like If you know what are the formats, you know what to include, then you can instantly write something, because it's very important when in the corporate sector, in the official purpose, right? Okay. So if you have any query, you can ask me. Now we are going to show you the first section of business letter, that is cover letter. What is cover letter? I told you cover letter. What is cover letter? You need it when your employers need it to know about your qualification, your experience, and so on. So please look at the slide very carefully, because cover letter is very important and you need to write cover letter so very often. A cover letter is a one-page document that you submit as part of your job application alongside your CV or resume. So cover letter is always should be with the CV or resume. It should be one-page document. So without the CV or resume, it has no meaning. So its purpose to introduce you and briefly summarize your professional background. On average, your cover letter should be from 250 to 400 words long. And they have given you like rough word count, how much it should be. It can be 250 to 400 words long. The good cover letter can spark the HR manager's interest and get them to read your resume. So first, if you are writing a very good cover letter and it reach your employer, maybe it will raise the interest and they will read your resume very minutely. A bad cover letter, on the other hand, might mean that your application is going directly to the paper's reader. So to make sure this doesn't happen, it's essential to know how to write a convincing cover letter. Okay, so cover letter plays a very important role in job. Now there are some points. Keep in mind, though, that a cover letter is supplement to your resume, not a replacement. So cover letter is like an added advantage, but it's not the replacement of your resume. Meaning you just don't repeat whatever is mentioned in your resume. So you cannot repeat all the things whatever is mentioned in your resume. If you're writing a cover letter for the first time, write it. Writing all this might seem pretty tough. So maybe it can be tough when you are writing for the first time. After all, you are probably not a professional writer. The thing is, though you don't need to be creative or even any good at writing, all you have to do is follow a tried and tested format. So there are many formats available in internet. You can look after that and you can write. So you have to give a header, then you have to greet the hiring manager, then the opening paragraph, then the second paragraph. Opening paragraph should grab the reader's attention because it's the opening. So every opening should have some like tricky, like some catchy line. So you have to grab the attention of your employer. And there you have to mention 2 3 other achievements. Maybe they have not so much time, they're not reading the full letter. Second paragraph is explaining why you are the perfect candidate for the job. When you are going to an interview, or like most of the interviewers ask, why do you think you are fit for this job? So you have to explain in the second paragraph why you are the perfect candidate for the job. Third paragraph, explain why you are a good match for the company. Okay, and you have to give a formal closing for the letter. So you can please note it down. What are the important points when you are writing a cover letter? Header, greeting, opening, second paragraph, third paragraph, formal closing. Okay. Okay. So this is one cover letter I have given, showing you as a sample. See, it's a marketing student's cover letter. So here it is given the email ID, then the location and LinkedIn ID, Twitter ID, and so on. Everything, phone number, everything is the contact information is there. Now there is to whom you are writing. You're writing the human resource manager. His name should be there. Address, dear Miss Johnson. So salutation. I am writing to express my interest in the summer internship program with your marketing company. I learned about your company through the student center at my university. I learned about your company through the student center at my university, and after visiting your website, I have immersed myself in the groundbreaking work in the transportation industry. So in the first paragraph, who is writing, she has already written that why, like how she has learned about the company, and she is very much interested about the company. Now, in the second paragraph, she has written currently majoring in marketing with a minor in statistics. Now she has come to her qualification degree and will receive my degree next spring. So she will receive a degree next spring. She has clearly stated what is a degree and when she is going to receive it. While I have a comprehensive marketing and analytics background, my emphasis is on government campaigns. She is expressing her interest. I feel that your agency places prominence in similar areas, and having the privilege of serving as an intern with you will increase my learning opportunities and give me the exposure I need to advance my career while using what I have already learned to make an impact on your clients. Okay. So she has already also stated that working with the company also will give her opportunity to learn. After graduation, I hope to work for an agency like yours to grow my experience, serve clients, and eventually start my own agency. She is writing her plans. The right opportunities and experience working with prominent clients, I believe that I can achieve my goal. Previously, I held an internship at another local advertising agency, working on critical projects for their clients. During that internship, I had the opportunity to learn the Adobe Creative Suite products, include Photoshop and design. I would like the opportunity to meet with you and discuss the internship opportunities you have available. So in the first paragraph, she has expressed her interest. In the second paragraph, she has stated her qualifications and why she is interested. After graduation, what she wants to do, and previously what she has done, that is experience. And uh, this is the finishing part. I would like to like the opportunity to meet with you and discuss the internship opportunities that you have available. So please let me know. All these things are there. Now, thank you for your consideration. Second, then sincerely your name, your what you do, like your address should be there. This is a sample cover letter. Okay, so you are getting one idea how you can write a cover letter like this. One second. Now I'm going to letter of recommendation. What is letter of recommendation? Letter of recommendation is a reference letter that contains important information about the student's character, school performance, educational qualifications, ability, skills, and talents. Okay. Generally, teacher or a school principal will write the letter to prove the student's capabilities and support their academic or career aspirations. Now, what is the difference between cover letter and letter of recommendation? When you are going to a job, you're applying for a job, you need to write the cover letter. And letter of recommendation should be written by someone else who is recommending you. Okay, this is the main difference. So the school principal or the teacher or some like high designated person will write the letter for you for your upcoming career. So how to write a recommendation letter? Write a customized letter. Consider crafting a new letter for each recommendation. If you are writing a letter of recommendation, you have to write a like every time you have to craft a new letter. That way you can customize each letter with specific details because each letter are different because you cannot write the same thing for the same person. Like each students are different when you are recommending some students to someone else. So it should be all the details should be different. So for instance, you can include some of their skills and qualifications that are relevant for the job they are applying to. You can still use the template if you want to, but be sure to customize your letter every time. You cannot write, keep a draft and change the student's name and give it. Okay, because I told you that every student's wanting and their career option is different, their skills are different, so you need to edit that. So review a student's education details for a college application. Ask for the course details and requirements. After reviewing the student's academic records and their performance in extracurricular activities, read their college application letter and personal essay. To compare the student's information with the college course or job requirements and consider how you might tailor it to highlight their suitability for the college. So when you are writing in a letter, you need to ask the students why they need it. That then you can get the information and you can fill the letter. So find out whom to address. You have to ask the student whom you are writing, and knowing whom you are addressing in your letter of recommendation will enable you to personalize the letter in a way they will appreciate like you can understand whom you are writing so that you can write in that way. So college recommendation letters are typically for the program director, the admissions counselor, or the college admission office. To recommend a job candidate, you typically write to the department head, the hiring manager, or the company's HR department. If your student wants to use the recommendation letter for multiple colleges or companies, write a generalized letter and include relevant attributes that will work everywhere. Yes, if like your students are asking for multiple colleges, then you can write, keep a generalized letter and you can give it to them. So what we have discussed till now: cover letter and letter of recommendation. So recommendation letter sample I am showing it to you. Okay, you have to begin with a personal introduction. You have to give an introduction of yourself, who you are, why you are qualified to vouch the student, to vouch for the student. So you have to provide details for your job title, the subject or course you teach, so your years of experience and time frame you taught the student. If you never taught them but associated with them for extracurricular activities, so make that clear. So you need to write about yourself because you are recommending the student. So whom you are writing, you need to give your details. Explain your educational relationship with the student. Discuss how well you know the student through your interactions in the classroom and or during extracurricular activities. Provide your general impression of the student, including their character, behavior, abilities, and go into detail about how they impressed you with their hard work. You need to give the details because all these things will help them to get the job. Provides details of students' qualifications. The letter recipient will use your recommendation letter to decide whether the student will be an asset to their college or company. For instance, a college admission counselor is likely to want applicants who score in academics, participate in extracurricular, and have an enthusiastic outlook. Okay, so you need to give your students qualifications and about their details very carefully because it will give them, like it will help them to get the job, and the company will rely upon your letter only, like how they are. They need to know how they are. A company manager, hiring manager too, will want a candidate who will be hardworking, reliable, and ethical. So that is why you need to write the recommendation letter in a very minute way. And then you have to always give a positive note. You cannot write in letter recommendation that he or she is bad and she has no ability, not like that. So at the end of the letter, you have to reiterate your confidence in your student's character. You have to show that you're confident about the candidate so that they will also have some confidence. Okay. Inform them of your readiness to answer any questions that the recipient might have about the student. So you have to include your contact details, and such personal endorsement will show the recipient that you fully support your student. And it basically help them to make the selection decision. This is the important thing. This is the recommendation letter uh, showing you. Like first, the salutation is there. Then my name is Anand Shukla. I have been an English teacher of this school in Mumbai for 16 years. So there, the experience and where he is teaching is there. I taught Ruchi from standard 8 to 10 and come to know her well in this duration. Now he has clearly stated how she has kept to know Ruchi and how long he knows. She was always an excellent student with a high level of intelligence and a passion for doing well. Aside from that, I noticed her willingness to help her classmates who were not as academically gifted. So this is a quality. I understand she wants to join the creative writing program. at the University of Mumbai, and I recommend that you consider her application. She is a mature, calm, ambitious person. Okay, all these things are there. So what I told, that how he came to know how is the student, where she is participating, why they will consider her, and what is his belief about the student. This will help them to make the decision. And this is the contact details, and then with regards, and this, and that's all. This is letter of recommendation. So it's very easy. Just you have to know the format. Okay. So right now you don't have to write a letter of recommendation, because if you are a student, then someone will write letter of recommendation for you. So when you will go to the higher position, then someone will write it for you. Okay. So that's all for today. We have learned how to write letter of cover letter and letter of recommendation. So next day we will continue with the rest of the letters.